8 Republicans. 8. Just 8 Republicans are poised to put Nancy Pelosi and her protege Hakeem Jeffries back in power. Now, 8 may seem like a very small number, but as the old popular TV series said, 8 is enough. This is the sexiest story about math you're ever going to hear. And if you've never put sexy and math together in the same sentence, well, get ready, because it's time. A lot is made of the Freedom Caucus. You know who I'm talking about. The firebrand Matt Gaetz, the outspoken Lauren Boebert, and the former Freedom Caucus member and infamous Marjorie Taylor Greene. This particular section of the Republican Party is loud and proud. But let's look at the numbers. There are 435 Congresspeople in the House of Representatives. Now, in order to control the House, you need 218 people, Congresspeople, to rule. Republicans currently have 222. That means they can only lose 7 Republicans. That's it. 7. That's the margin. 7. Like I said in the beginning of this video, 8 is enough. Now, the House Freedom Caucus has 45 members, so at any time they can throw Kevin McCarthy, the current Speaker of the House, out on his butt, and they will. They've done it before. Remember John Boehner, former Speaker of the House? They sort of ran him out of town. Well, they could do the same thing to Kevin McCarthy. They could run him out on a rail. But as Mike Ehrbentraut tells Walter White in Breaking Bad,
listen, Walter, just because you shot Jesse James, don't make you Jesse James.
Just because the Freedom Caucus has the ability to tear down a Speaker of the House doesn't mean they have the power to make one. I mean, that has to be true, right? If they could make a Speaker of the House, they would. They would nominate a Freedom Caucus member. But they can't because they don't have the numbers. They're not even close. On top of that, they are far-right Republicans, which means that they can only work with and nominate other Republicans. But this group of 8 is different. They're from a different caucus in the House of Representatives called the Problem Solvers Caucus. If you're in favor of the Problem Solvers Caucus, you would say they're a group of Republicans and Democrats who want to work across the aisle to get things done. Now, what are the things they want to get done? Well, that's for another video. If you're against the Problem Solvers Caucus, you would say they're the corporate PAC using corporately funded Congresspeople to uphold the status quo. Either way, they exist. And the important point is that they have the numbers to matter. According to Wikipedia, there are 61 of them, and 31 are Republicans. And last time I checked, 31 is way more than 8. And unlike the Freedom Caucus, who are locked into working with the Republican Party by the very constitution of the Problem Solvers Caucus, they will work with anyone to get what they want done. And that includes Democrats. And that's exactly what they're about to do. According to Newsweek, the Problem Solvers Caucus is meeting this week with House Democratic leader and Nancy Pelosi protege, Hakeem Jeffries. Well, what's their beef? Simple. They want the defense budget passed that will keep the funding to the U.S. military going. And they also want the other 12 budgets necessary to fund the government passed. Congressman Mike Lawler, a Republican from New York, recently told Newsweek, "None of us support shutdown. There's certainly a level of frustration with what some of our colleagues are doing in terms of how they're going about negotiating within the conference." Republican Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania went even further. When asked about how he intends to pass the budget bills, he responded, "But I will say, part of my responsibility is to get to 218. And if you can't get there in conference, you get there in Congress. If you can't get there in conference, your conference, meaning your party, in this case the Republican Party, you get there in Congress." This is as brazen as it gets, to send a message to your own party members in a national publication that directly attributes a quote to you that you're willing to bypass them to get what you want takes cojones. This is exactly what Democrats want, both in policy and politics. And this is exactly what the Freedom Caucus doesn't want. The House Freedom Caucus should be very nervous. If this happens, it will be an earthquake in the Republican Party. Everyone for years has talked about a split in the Republican Party. Well, this could do it. It has the potential to put Kevin McCarthy out of a job, enrage the Freedom Caucus, split the party, and elect a new coalition leader of the House of Representatives. Buckle up, it may be a very bumpy ride. Hey, if you like this video, please smash that like and subscribe button, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. I'd love to answer any questions you have, or you might have. Take it easy. Peace.